Retro Robbie here with another penny box break. So there it is. I got another box from the bank as always. They always supply me with them, and I'm always here looking for them. So I'm not going to waste time. You know what we're looking for. We're looking for those Wheaties. We're looking for airs and varieties. We're looking for 2009s, Canadians, any other country. We're going to find it in here. Let's open it up. Let's see if they're circulated or not. So let's hope they are. So let's see. Looking good there. I see circulated pennies. So let's not waste any time. I will bring you on the first find. All right, roll 2, and we have our first Canadian. So let's see it. There it is. It's facing up. Let's take a peek at it. It is a 1969 Canadian. So our first one we start off is an older one, and there's a little luster still on this one. So very nice. 1969 Canadian up on the board. I don't see anything else. There's a 1959D, so we'll keep that one. Always keep the 59s. It's transitional year, so I will add that to the board, and we will keep on searching. Still on roll 2, and I did not see that when I was searching, so it was almost at the end there. So like the 6 from the end, and we got our first Wheatie. And it is a 1947 Philadelphia, so very nice. Get on the board with our first Wheatie, and it is an older one, 1947. So that's our first Wheatie. We got our first Canadian in that same roll, so I'm loving it. We're going to keep on searching and bring it on the next find. All right, we are on roll 3, and I just always peek at the ends before I open them up, and look what we got there on an ender. We got King George VI as a penny ender. Can you believe that? Those suckers are hard to find as is, and then you find it on an ender? That is a super bonus right there. So I'm going to open this one up live. You get a bonus. Roll 3 gets open live with King George VI as the ender. That is crazy. I love it. It's rare enough to find, hard to find King George VI's and penny rolls, but man, I've found them lately, and this one's an ender, and this one has a little luster left on it. So let's flip King George, see what year it is. It is a 1942, so 1942 King George VI. That is incredible. On the end, let's look here, see if we find anything else. That's an ugly one. I can barely break out what that is. I'm not seeing some 82s, but other than that, what's that? That is a 71 Denver, 78 Denver. So I'm not seeing anything else. So we're going to keep on searching this roll and bring you back in the next find. Hopefully we can find more enders like that. King George VI, 1942. That was an ender. I'm loving it. Let's keep on going. All right, roll 6, and we got another Canadian. So let's take a peek what year it is. It's Queen Elizabeth facing towards us. So let's flip it around. It is a 1987 Canadian, and that is, of course, 98% copper, and adds our third Canadian to the board. And I didn't see anything else, but there's a lot of stuff here in the 60s, that's for sure. I was counting like 3 or 4 60s. There's a 1960 Philadelphia, 73, so there's a lot of copper in this roll, so we'll keep on searching and bring you on the next find. All right, roll 13, and we got multiple Wheaties in this one. It's been going a little dry here, but it picked up on this roll for sure. That one was second from the end, too. So let's take a peek at that one. They're both facing away from us. So there's the wheat. Let's see what we get. We get a 1955 Denver. So very nice. First 50s. And let's take a peek at the second one there. It's just a little further down right there. And let's flip that one around. And that one is a 1946. So one from the 40s. One from the 50s. I'm loving it. That is Wheatie number 2 and Wheatie number 3. And I'm just going to check here because, man, there's a lot of copper in this one. 61 Denver's. We'll take a look for the double mint mark on that. But I don't see anything else, so I will bring you on the next find. All right, very next roll, roll 14, and we got another wheatie, and this one is a little bit older, so let's take a peek. It was facing upward. That is a 1936 Philadelphia, so that one has some age to it, that's for sure. There's the back for the wheat cent. There's the front, and 1936, by far the oldest one, and that's kind of like the oldest one I found in a little while, actually. So very nice to see something like that. I didn't see anything else, so we will bring you in on the next find. All right, we are on roll 18, and we have multiple finds in this roll, so let's get at it. The first one there is sticking straight up. It is a Canadian penny, so let's take a peek what year it is. It is a 1998, so first year of the zinc. So that is a zinc penny, so we will take it though. And we have a wheatie here at the end, towards the end. And wheat's facing towards us, so let's flip it around. That is a 1957 Denver, so got one from the 50s, got a Canadian penny, and I also saw, look at that, 1960 Denver. Wow, that is in BU, Low Mint State. There's a couple scratches on it, but man, it's in good condition, so we'll take that as well. So two major finds, one minor find. I don't see anything else. What is that? It is a 69 Denver, so a lot of 80s in here I saw. So we'll keep on searching and bring on the next find. All right, the roll's out there, so you know what time it is. It's live at 25, where we open up roll 25 and see if we find anything live. So there it is. There's the roll. Let's open it up. We got my trusty screwdriver here to open up the sheet here, and let's roll this up. This has been a kind of a slow but steady box. I mean, 5 wheaties so far, so we're on pace for our average of 10. Canadians are a little slow this time around. Only gotten 6 so far, so a little below average, but hey, you gotta go with what the rolls give you, though, that's for sure. So let's see if we get anything live here, and boy, so far it does not look like it. Oh, wait a minute, right there, right there. Oh, there it is, right there. 1945 Philadelphia wheatie. Right there, we pulled it live. I love it. So 1945 Philadelphia. So I thought we were going to be skunked there, but it looks like we weren't. So there's the 78D, 71D. So one thing about this box, there's been a lot of copper, so I like that. 77, 82, we'll check. So I don't see anything else. Kind of spreading through. Yeah, there's that 78 again. So just the one find, but we pulled it live. So 1945 Philadelphia wheatie. That gets us on the board for number 6, and we will keep on searching. All right, roll 29, and we got another wheatie. It's right in the middle of the roll, right there. And the wheatie's facing us, so let's turn around and see what year we got. We have a 1956 Denver. So another wee penny, another one from the 50s, 1956 Denver. And I didn't see anything else when I went through this. So let me just quick peek, and nope, that's a 79. So we'll keep on searching and bring out the next find. All right, roll 30, and I missed it. It was hidden, so there it is. It is a 1958 Denver wheatie cent, so I missed it, but very nice. That is our 8th wheat cent, so we're on track for 10, that's for sure. So we're tracking pretty good on the wheaties. So 1958 Denver, I didn't see anything else. Like I said, that one would kind of hid from me, so I like it when they hide because I can find them. So we'll keep on searching and bring it on the next find. All right, roll 31, and I'm kind of on a wheatie streak here, and also on a roll of missing them, because when I lay them out, I have not seen them. But there it is. The wheat is facing towards us, so let's take a peek what we got here. And flip it around, and we got a 1952 Denver. Let me double check that. That's kind of dirty there. And it is a 1952 Denver, so very nice. Another one to add to the board. That is Wheatie number 9. So we are hitting our average here, so we'll keep on searching and bring on the next find. All right, we are on roll 34, and I thought I'd bring you in because we finally got another Canadian. It's been a little while. I haven't been showing all of them, but I figured I'd go with this one because it's been a while for me. This is going to be Canadian number 7, so actually kind of low on for me. So let's pull it out. Let's see what we get. It's facing upward. It is a 1981, so as you know, that is 98% copper, and we will take that. So Canadian number 7. I didn't see anything else here. One thing to note, there's been a good amount of copper in these rolls, so I'm digging that. I'm searching them. I'll bring you on the next find. Actually, I'm going to bring you back on roll 34 because there is actually a wheatie in this roll. I didn't see it. It was from the second from the end. So let's pull it out. It is a 1958 Denver. So last year of the wheat cent, but we still count it. So that is, I believe, our 10th one. And 6, 7, 9, it is 8, 9, 10. It is. It is. I had to count there for a minute. I'm off of my count here. So that is our 10th wheat cent, and we will count it, and that is about our average for the box. So everything else will be bonus for us. So we'll keep on searching, and I'll bring you in the next roll. All right, we are on roll 37 here, and we got multiple finds. As a matter of fact, they're right next to each other. So we got a Canadian and a wheatie right next to each other. So let's pull it out. Let's look at the Canadian first. That is a 1964. So you know what that is. That is the last year of the young head. So finally getting to my first young head. I was wondering if I was going to get one. I usually do. So there it is. Our first young head from 1964. And there is our wheatie. And that looks well circulated. So that could be an older one right there. So let's turn around. Let's see what we get. We get a 1944 Philadelphia, so just a regular wheat cent. They made a lot in 44 and 45, so very nice still. We will take it. We will count it. That is wheatie number 11, and that is Canadian number 7, so we'll keep on searching and bring you on the next find. All right, roll 39, and we got another wheat cent. So let's pull it out and see what we get. It was like 4th from the end there, so the wheat's facing towards us. So let's flip it around and see what we get. We get a 1935. So actually, this is my second wheat cent in the 30s. We got a 1936 earlier, and now we got a 1935 Philadelphia. So very nice. So seeing some stuff in the 30s, which is good to know and good to love because usually you get them in the 40s and the 50s. So to get 2 in the 30s in a box, that's pretty rare. So we'll keep on searching and bring you on the next find. All right, we are on roll 40, and look what we got. Well, this is an ender box, that's for sure. We have a 1956 Philadelphia wheat cent on the end of this roll. So very nice. That is my second roll of the box that had a ender finder. So I am loving this. I usually don't get many enders, so to get 2 in one box, that's quite incredible. One was that King George VI, and this one is a 1956 Philadelphia wheatie. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to zoom out a little bit for you. And this is awesome. The other side was just like a 1980 something. But man, a 1956 wheat ender and a King George ender. So wow, that is, to get 2 in one box is quite incredible. This box has been like a marathon box. It's just been giving, and it's just kind of coming in streaks there. So let's flip it. I usually flip it the other way, but we're going to flip it this way. And there it is. And man, someone marked on that wheat penny. Look at that. Looks like they made a boat or something. So That's too bad. You could probably get that out. You can clean it. Again, this is well used. You're not going to get this graded or anything. So I can see if I can get that pencil mark out, but it's definitely pencil. So there it is, 1956 wheat. And let's see if there's any more treasures in here because I didn't even get a chance to open this. So we're opening it live. And like I said, there's been a lot of good stuff. A lot of copper too, like a 64 Denver. And there's a 61 Philadelphia. There's just been a lot of copper in here too. So I love when I get rolls like this. You kind of know it's going to be a good roll or a good box when there's lots of coppers. There's a 76 Denver. So I'm not seeing anything else, but we got that 1956 wheat ender, and we're going to keep on searching. I will bring you on the next find. All right, roll 45, and we got actually multiple wheaties in this roll, so let's take a peek what we got here. So the first one was right there, fourth from the end. I saw it on top. It is a 1953 Denver, so very nice. I believe that's Denver. Let me take a peek here now. I'm second guessing myself. Yep, nope, it's still a Denver. 1953 Denver. It is a wheatie, as you know, so very nice, 1953 Denver, and our second one is showing right there, and let's take a peek what that is. So let's flip it around. It is a 1956 Denver, so we got a 53 and a 56 Denver, and just want to make sure here because this roll had quite a few wheat cents, so we will take it. Getting close to the end here, so we'll open the 50th live, but we'll bring you on the next find. All right, we are on roll 46, and look at that. We have another ender. This time it is a Canadian ender of Queen Elizabeth, and that looks like a young head too. So we've gotten two Canadian enders, one with King George, one with Queen Elizabeth, and we also got a wheatie ender. This is crazy. I never had so many enders in a box before. This is awesome. So we're going to open that live. So there's the Queen one more time, Queen Elizabeth, and I'm pretty sure that is a young head. So let's take a peek and see what we get. It's just my third ender. I've never seen that many enders. I usually get maybe one in a box, but not three ender finds in a box. So that is incredible. So I'm going to flip this way because our queen is over here. So there it is. There is the queen. And let's flip it around and see what year it is. It looks like a young head. And it is 1964, and as you know, that is the last year of the young heads. So there's our second one. It was an ender. I'm loving it. This is pretty sweet to get three enders, two being Canadians and different, a King George and a Queen Elizabeth. And that is our 10th Canadian, and I'm going to flip this back over because I look better when I look this way. So let's see if there's anything else. There's a 64D, and like I said, there's been quite a few coppers in this box too, so I think it might be a little over average on copper this box. So this has been a very good box. Oh, there's another one right there. Another Canadian, so number 11, and that is 1987. So another 98% copper, and that is our 11th one, and I am loving it. This box is just full of everything. So that is it for that roll, looks like. So I'll keep searching and bring you on the next find. All right, roll 47, and now the Canadians decide they want to come and play and join in the fun. So here we go. Canadian number, I think it's 10 or 11. So let's take a peek here. Is facing us. It's 1984. As you know, that's 98% copper. So all of a sudden, we're going on a Canadian run here. So we'll go north of the border. We'll get those Canadians, and we'll keep on searching and bring it on the next find. All right, we're still on roll 47, and we first found that Canadian, and now I think we found something else. So as you see up on the screen, we have 1968D, and you know what we look for when we flip this over? It's the DDRs, and you can see it on the 1 cent. It's a little harder because this thing's well used and circulated, and it's been around the block a few times, that's for sure, but you can see it, especially in the 1 cent, right there. You can see it right there, the N. the T. You can see a little bit on the E there. It kind of goes away, but you can barely see it on the O and the end. Nothing really on top, so this isn't a huge example. This is kind of like a slight DDR, but it's still there. You can see the markers right there. It's very prevalent on the set, and we do have another 1968 Denver DDR. There it is. One more time. I'm loving it. This box has everything, so we're going to keep on searching and bringing you on the next find. All right, roll 48, and we are definitely on a Canadian streak. They just decided to come play late in the box here, so we actually had 3 in this roll, so we got a whole family here, so let's pull them out. Let's see what we get in this family of Canadians. So there's the first one right there. That is a 1981, 98% copper. I'm loving it right there. Let's pull the second one out. Where'd it go? It is right there, facing upward, and that one is a 1978. So one from 81, one from 1978, and there was one more. I know there was 3. There is it right there. The Queen is facing towards us in that one, and let's flip that around, and we get a 1976. So 2 from the 70s, 1 from the 80s, all 98% copper. So I'm loving it. The Canadians are catching up big time. We were a little slow in the beginning, and now all of a sudden they are full charging at the end here. So that makes it 13, 14, 15. So yeah, if we get a couple more, the last few rolls get multiple Canadians, we will hit our average about 20. So we got 15. I didn't see anything else in these rolls, so I'll keep on searching and bring you on the next find. All right, roll 50, and as always, the last roll, we always open live, so let's get into it. This was a great box. We got 3 enders. And we got a bunch of Canadians, a bunch of Wheaties. There was a DDR. This box was full of it, and I love it. Let's see if I can pull anything live for you on this last roll. I hope I can, because I love pulling them live. Did on roll 25. So let's see here if we get anything good for you. Right now, it's not looking good. It's a 73 Philadelphia. And a 66 Philadelphia. So again, quite a bit of older ones. There's 72. So again, quite a few coppers. 64 Denver. And I'm not seeing anything in this roll. That's a 60 Denver. So no, I'm not seeing anything. So I'm going to finish this up. And as you know, there was quite a bit of copper in this one. So that would be above average copper. So I'm loving it. I'll get it all counted. I'll finish this roll up and bring you up with a summary. All right, here is the summary of my Easter penny hunt. Most people hunt for eggs. I hunt for pennies. So here is the summary. What we ended up with, we'll start with the copper. We ended up with $6.21. So slightly above average. Almost 25% of that box was copper. So that's a very nice little haul there. 24.8% was copper. So I add that to my collection. As you know, I stacked the copper. So let's go over from right to left here. We ended up with 15 Canadians, and if you recall, 2 were enders, and we ended up with 2 young heads, both 64. There they are. There's the young heads on the back, and we ended up with that King George VI ender, which was a huge surprise. 1942. There's King George right there on the back. I loved it. I'm on a King George run, actually, so I'm very happy. I got another one to add to my collection. So we ended up with 3 2009s. Nothing special there. That's about average. I don't get that many. As you know, it was a low mintage year. We ended up with actually 10 1959/1969. So 8 of them are the 59s. And that's actually quite a bit to have 8 59s. So We also ended up with two 1969 S's, and that one's in really good condition, man. If it didn't have the Ring of Death on it, that would be almost a mint state 69S. No heirs or varieties in that one, so a couple to check up here. We have our, as always, we have our stack of S's from 68 to 74. I stacked those. A couple of BUs I'll be checking against my album. There wasn't that many, but always still nice to check. So let's go over the Wheaties. So Wheaties, we ended up with 15 of them, and that's actually quite above average for me. I average about 10, so we ended up 15, so a little above average. Of that, 9 were from the 50s, 4 were from the 40s, and 2 were from the 30s. And I don't get these very often from the 30s, so there they are, both of them right there. We got a 1936 Philadelphia and a 1935, so very nice. That 36 has a little crud on it, but hey, what are you going to do? It's circulated, but hey, they're still hard to find rolls, so to get a 1935 and a 36 is pretty awesome. And as you know, we ended up with a 1968D DDR. I'm going to show that one more time. I'm going to bring the camera up, and as you know, I always like to do this for you guys. Zoom it in. There we go. Move it over a little bit. My mad camera skills. So there is the 1968 Denver. You flip that over and boom, you can see it right there. You can see on the C, the E, the N, a little bit on the T, over here on the E, teeny bit on the N, and very, very little on the O. Nowhere else. Again, very circulated. And I always give a kind of a guideline. Here's another 68. Yeah, I can get in the camera on scope there. There's another 68D. Let me flip this one over. This one's in pretty good shape, so you can kind of definitely tell the difference in that. So as you look at the one set here, you don't see that extra lines all over the place because it's not double dyed. This is a normal 1968 penny. But when you compare it, I try to do this here, and you can definitely see, there they are. You can see the markers right there, especially on the cent piece. So get that centered a little bit more for you. There's a big difference, and that's how you can tell, is that extra lines right there. It's been double dyed. It's been double struck. So that's the big one right there. 1968 Denver. So thank you for watching. I'm going to put this back down here for you. There all the pennies are. I'd like to thank you for watching this on Easter Sunday. Be with your families. Enjoy your time with them. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, hey, hit that subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Happy Easter, everyone. I had fun hunting pennies. I didn't hunt eggs. I hunted pennies instead. So thank you for watching. Retro Robbie saying, collect what you love.